Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Malikicowtipper bringing you another game of StarCraft 2. Tonight my opponent will be FiRe, however a person would really want to pronounce it, but anyway, pretty excited about this game for a few reasons. Number one, this is the first diamond level game that I will be bringing to you. I'm not diamond level, but my opponent, FiRe, probably FiRe is... I'm just going to call him FiRe, whatever kind of trips my trigger at the moment. First diamond level player that I've had the pleasure of putting up a game against. And when I went back and when I checked the scoreboard after the game was over and I saw that he was a diamond level player, I was just really excited to find that out. Because this is a great game, there's a lot of cool stuff that happens in this game, and I'm really excited to bring it to you guys. So right away, I always send this first Overlord out over here to scan this quick, little fly space, just because it's really nice to know where your opponent is, and if you can do that, it sometimes saves you the trouble of having to send out a scouting SCV. Now against Terran, if I float this guy over his base for too long, he will die. Marines have no problem picking these guys off whatsoever, just because they're so slow, they don't go anywhere fast. My Overlord is like, bro, leave me alone, man. And before I forget, this is actually my second attempt at casting this game, and the reason I'm on attempt number 2 was the first time I did this. Leave that on. I completely forgot to lower the sound in any time a unit was built, or there was a fight, or anything of the sort. You couldn't hear me speak, and I know that if you guys are watching this video, you must like the sound of my voice. I'm just kidding, it's really... Anyway, so going back here, getting up to that 12-13 food marker, this is kind of where I've got to decide what I'm going to be doing, because if I look over here, I'm setting out the scouting drone over here just because of the Overlord's slow speed, and there we go. Now I see on my mini-map, just go back over here, this is what he's got going on, and I kind of panicked for a second right here because I didn't see anything else. And the reason for this is I have not played a Terran in, forever and a day on ladder. I've been running into a lot of Protoss and a lot of Zerg right now, which is, I guess, kind of refreshing from when the game launched and it seemed like every other opponent was a Terran. But, I'm like, where's the barracks? Oh my god, but then I realized, hey, it's going to be over here, he's going to be walling off, he's just going to be a goofy little Terran, which is why I actually hit these Xel'Nagas both right here, just because I wanted to see if there's any type of proxy or anything going up. It really scared me for a second, but knowing that the barracks is almost up, I got to get my Overlord out of here. I really don't want to lose him just because it kind of messes up the entire thing. You check the mini-map over here, I did decide to go to a fast expand once I knew what was going on over here, and I saw that the barracks wasn't quite finished yet. I think that new supply depot thing is probably what's causing that, so I just decided that I'd take a risk, go for a fast expand. Now, this can be a little deadly in this for a few reasons. This is a medium rush distance, it's not horrible, it will take his troops a decent time to get there, but it's not always the most ideal if you are going to fast expand. But more importantly, this ridge over here, if you can see, I've already got an Overlord sitting over here, and this is exactly where this Overlord is going to go, right there. It's not uncommon to get Thors, tanks, anything else dropped off on this ledge right here. It's just such an easy way to go about doing it, and if something like that is going to happen, I guess I just want to know about it. So even if I can't salvage the base, I can try to pull the workers out or do something with it. I really should put some spines down up here, especially if I see an early starport. But I'm just going to park this guy over here, and I'm not going to have any insight on what's going on in his base. So right now, 3rd racks is going up. This is going to be a 3-rack push. He's going to have 2 tech labs, and there's going to be a reactor going up right over here. And I'm sorry I kind of spoiled that. Like I said, I've already casted this game once, but that first one I just had to completely throw out the window. Anyway, let's bring up a little bit of numbers right here. Oh, sorry, that's my buddy from Skype. I'm just going to close that out right now. But 17 to 17. So, something that I'm doing that you don't necessarily need to do is I'm building 2 queens basically right away. Now, when you go for a fast expand like this, just with your low level of minerals that you have coming in, you don't necessarily need all those queens right there to get the larva production that you're going to need to build more drones or anything. So that queen that's coming up down here probably could have been spent on 3 more drones right away, but it'll be okay. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start spreading creep, just because knowing that I've got those 2 hatcheries right there, I don't necessarily need her to inject right away like you do on 1 base play, because if you're doing 1 base by this time, you're just so starved for larva that you need that queen to just drop that injection right away, or it feels like you're never going to get anything accomplished. So there goes that one, there goes that one right there, and I'm going to start spreading my creep, because being that this rush distance is only medium length, it's not that difficult to get your... Wow, I need to stop trying to move like that. To get your creep up to this tall grass, to get it in the middle ground, and that'll let you know when that push is going to come out. Speaking of pushes, here we go. There goes that reactor, and then we're going to see marauders coming out of here. Got conch shells going down over here, and dual marines coming out over here. So this push, if you're a Zerg, a Protoss, or even another Terran player, generally is ready to go by 9 minutes in the game, if not a little bit earlier. So if you know that this is what they're going for, if you watch your game timer over here, it's ticking away. It's telling you you've got X amount of time to get ready. And if we take a look at the Army tab right here, you'll see that I've got almost nothing out as far as Zerglings go. He's got quite a few more units out. I am injecting, and if we go to the production right now, I've got speed on the way, more Zerglings, more drones, an extractor, and then I am teching the lair. I do want to get some mutas out, and I want to get them out quickly. I did throw a Bangling Nest down. This is almost standard play for me when it comes to ZVP. I mean, not ZVP, ZvT, because if there's Marines on the field, nothing melts their faces better than Banglings. It just does such a good job, and he probably knows that my Overlord is chilling right over here. The Marines looking like, dude, that rock is just like 15 feet tall. You know, it's so much taller than me, I can't see up it. No, it is. It must be my visor. But he's going to run out, going to take the Zelnaga, and he's actually going to chill it for quite a game. Quite a good portion of the game, he's kind of a Zelnaga Marine. But 5 Banglings coming out. He is researching Combat Shield, and he's probably going to push out as soon as Combat Shield is done, just because it's such a good upgrade. 12 more units worth of Zerglings coming out to the field. So right now, I know I'm getting close to that 8-minute field. This is when I know I need to start pumping Lings myself. I do have my speed upgrade. And if we go back to the income tab right here, 33 to 23, so this is another reason why this push happens right now, is going for this, it takes a lot of money, it doesn't give you that much room. You know, what you'll do is you'll fully saturate about 2 workers per mineral, right there. That's almost exactly what you want to look for, and then get your gas up and running, because this is about as much as you can fund, reasonably speaking, and you will get a little bit mineral starved as a Terran doing this, just because, you know, not a very gas-heavy army here, but deadly nonetheless. This is very deadly, so pushing out right here, I'm going to see him right here on the creek, so I'm going to go back to everyone. I'm going to take an opportunity to pause this right here. So, looking at what he's got going on right here. 12 Marauders and 9 Marines. So, that versus... where are my units? 35 Zerglings, some of which are just getting out to the field right now. They're so happy. And 5 Banglings. Now, if this were reversed, 12 Marines and 9 Marauders, I would like that, because these Banglings, like I said before, they just melt face. They absolutely destroy the Marines that are out here on the field. Marauders, on the other hand, they don't do so good against Marauders. You know, they're an armored unit, they don't take the bonus damage, they've got 125 health. Realistically, I'd have to sink all 6 Banglings into 1 Marauder to kill him, versus 2 Banglings killing a Marine and any other Marines around him. The splash damage on these guys, like if this is your Bangling right here, is like right there. I'm not even joking. It's really, really big, so we're going to unpause this and we're going to see what happens. I pull, try to get a surround, but he backs into the wall, which is really smart. I can't get that circle. My Queen is just scratching away up here, just trying to do whatever she can. She doesn't want anyone getting in on her base. Let's pull back right here, and my units are basically going down. We take a look at the production tab. I've got 18 more units, 20 units worth of Zerglings coming out, and my rally point, I will be moving my rally point up here and trying to save all these workers, because if you put the money into building them, you really want to try to save them. Those 4 Lings, I would have liked not to lose them, but there's no reason just to let them sit there and get, you know, a few extra minerals and then die, because if all those workers, you know, all 10, 12 of those workers die, that's all workers that you've got to replace, and that takes time and takes money. So these Banglings, they're not going to be done in time for this push. I got to run my Zerglings out and just try to hold this off. But as you can see, it's just not going to be enough right there. But because I do not have a banner over, you'll see that the game timer is going to go for another 27 minutes. So you're probably wondering what's going to happen right about here. I'm setting in my Queen, my Overlord, which actually has a speed upgrade, and all of these workers. And surprisingly, with these 2 Zerglings, that is going to be enough to put down this army, because they were so torn up from the other battles that, you know, the workers able to absorb some of that damage, and the Queen just scratching away. She actually got 2 kills. She's really happy about herself. You know, that drone, he's got a kill, you don't have a kill. You know, this Zergling over here, wow, hero Zergling, 3 kills. He feels great about himself, considering most Zerglings get like 0.5 kills before they die. That's kind of impossible, but so throwing it up back here, what will usually happen after a Terran does a push like this is, especially if it doesn't work, they're like, okay, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to enjoy my nice little wall, I'm going to enjoy the fact that you don't have an army, I'm going to build up an army, I'm going to, you know, build any tech structures that I might want,